I really enjoyed Healthcare Management 305 this semester, and I learned so much. One of the most important things I learned this semester was about teamwork. And one thing about teamwork is how important the communication process is. Texting, phone calls, emails, face-to-face meetings, they're all needed to get the job done, but they all have their place. So sometimes I learned that it's better to schedule a face-to-face meeting with a group versus shooting somebody an email. Sometimes face-to-face meetings are much more effective. So that was one thing I learned about teamwork. Another thing I learned about teamwork was about time management and how important effective time management is in getting the job done. At first, with our YouTube videos, my group really pushed the limits and waited till the last minute to start and get things done, and that just didn't work very well. And we actually learned that fast after about 2 videos. It took. But starting with the 3rd video, we had much more effective time management. We met much more regularly during the process. I would say 3 to 4 meetings before shooting the video. So that was a new thing for me. Usually group projects, you just get together at the end. Another thing I learned about that had to do with teamwork this semester was how to deal with a slacker on my team. And I learned how to effectively communicate my feelings to this person, how to deal with that, instead of holding it all inside, which isn't helpful for anyone. Slackers are a reality in life, so it really helped me to learn how to deal better with a slacker early on rather than when I'm in the workforce. The second most important thing I learned this semester was the difference between managers and leaders. Now, I always knew there was a difference, but I just wasn't too clear on what the differences were. Leaders are people who provide the overall vision. They ask questions. They are more about the what and why, and maybe they're also, I think, maybe more trusting of people, and yes. And managers, on the other hand, are people who manage the actual employees more. They're more about systems, control, quality, and structure, I feel. So I guess leaders are people who do the right things, and managers are more people who do things right. I guess that's the difference. The third most important thing I learned about this semester was about the fastly changing job environment that we are up against now. Nobody really knows where we're going to be in 10, 20, 30 years, and it's really important for especially us students to stay ahead of the ball game with trends in, our particular industry. So, like technology, I learned that I really need to stay current with technology if I want to get ahead in what's next in healthcare. So that was one thing I learned about the changing job environment. Another thing I learned was how important the do's and don'ts can be when going on job interviews. So, like in the past, I never knew that, you need to bring extra copies of cover letters and resumes. And I also didn't really know that you should research and know some basics about the company before you go, more than just, it's a hospital. That's really important. It shows that you have, that you care about where you're applying to, and you're not just applying to any old job. This semester, I also really learned a lot about myself. I learned how to push myself to achieve excellence and what I feel like after I've pushed myself to a point where I feel like I've achieved excellence. There's really a clear distinction, at least in my mind, of my feelings from when I've pushed myself to a certain extent and I know that I'll get by, and when I've pushed myself and I feel like that's my best work. So I'm pretty clear on that now. And I became much more clear on where I want to go in my life and what I want to be doing. And I really need to push myself and work my hardest to get there. And after this semester, I feel like I can actually do that. So that's a good thing. Yes, and I just became more clear that I don't want just any old mediocre job out there. I really want to do what I want to do. So, yes, so those are just some important things I learned this semester, and I really enjoyed it. Okay.
Hello. Throughout the course of the semester, I learned various ways of how to be successful within the healthcare world or within any career, basically. First of all, I learned how to work within a team and how to be successful at the end. I learned that you need to be open-minded and have good communication skills, listen to everyone and their ideas. I learned that teamwork, it's really important. Everyone needs to put an effort in order to come up with a final product. I also learned that teams are composed of slackers in many occasions. I also learned that even if a team member drops out of a project, you must be able to continue without the extra help and produce a final project no matter what. Time management was also very important when working with my team. You need to learn about each other and what works and what doesn't work in order to come up with proper meeting times. Secondly, I learned how to be successful at a job interview. I learned that preparation is the key, dress to impress, research, and familiarize with yourself, and most importantly, bring multiple copies of your resume and cover letters. I learned that you have to be able to sell yourself, know your skills, let employers know why you are the right fit for the company, why you're unique, and why that company is great, and why you think their company can boost your career to the next level. I also learned not to strike out, be prepared to answer difficult questions, and have a good positive attitude. Thirdly, I learned from Dr. Silverman that leadership and management must go hand in hand, even though they're not the same thing. They're necessarily linked and complementary. Examples are that managers that administer while the leader innovates. Also, the manager is a copy while the leader is the original. The manager maintains while the leader develops. The manager focuses on systems and structure while the leader focuses on people. A leader is who influences the behavior and work of others in group effort towards achievement of specified goals in a given situation, while on the other hand, managers can be a true manager only if he has got traits of a leader in him. That's all.
Well, Dari, I really enjoyed working with you this semester, and I had a lot of fun.
Me too, Emily. Thank you.
Thanks.